All right. It's your boy, Wumbus. Watch me be bad at stuff. Ready to keep grinding, I guess. As best we can, anyway. Ooh, it's going to be a trip. Like I said, we are trying to grind up enough souls to be able to not worry about it when we get into New Game Plus Plus, and we are doing that in an odd way. We are trying to do that by just bonfire asceticing. I don't know how to turn that into a verb, but we're getting right down to it. What is done cannot be undone. But like I said, the game plan is to continue to bonfire ascetic this specific bonfire, because when you bonfire ascetic this specific bonfire and come up here, take out this hollow, run past here into this, pick up this bonfire ascetic, avoid that guy because he angy, take out this crystal lizard, pick up the other stuff in here. I do kind of want to run up here, but there's a soul of a great hero on a ledge that we will drop to. I seem to remember there being like a relatively easy to get little item here. If it's a Dark Knight stone. It's not a poppable item. I was kind of hoping there would just be like poppable in here. Soul of a brave warrior if you're willing to dunk your head over here. And a bolt stone. Well, that might be in our new rotation just because it takes like 2 seconds to run up here. So as long as we don't aggro the exploding dudes, I don't care. But as I said, and I realized that I talked about it last time, but to be more direct about it, in a New Game Plus cycle, in order to get past the Shrine of Winter, you have to have collected 1,000,000 souls times the current New Game Plus cycle to be able to get past it. So 99 of those the souls of a great hero equals about 2 million. It's 1,998,000 souls. So that is what we are grinding for, so that we can get 2/3 of the way there with basically no effort. The less I have to actually grind in New Game Plus Plus, the better, is my thought process. Plus, we can hit up the level up waifu like right after we crack all those souls. And actually what that particular guy was wearing, the ghost that we just walked past, is kind of the drip I'm aiming for New Game Plus Plus, just because we're not going to spend a ton of time in there. So the joys of, he doesn't one-shot us. I think that's the first time we've been hit by that guy. But like I said, getting that, and hopefully with the other poppables we have, I have a couple other contingencies if we just need to keep grinding for souls. But hopefully that will be enough. Also, we are killing this lizard over and over again because I want the Twinkling Titanite, and then we can sell some additional stuff to Gavlon as needed. But I want the Twinkling Titanite to level up our drip, since we are going to try to transition to a better build. Might as well pop another one, right? Hey, that one had a slab in it. Let's see. This was the bolt stone. I don't care about that. It was the one by his head that was the poppable that we got to get real wedged in here to get. Cool. Should have been picking those up too, I guess, but that's less important. I mean, obviously the more poppables we can kind of just get in our pocket, the better, but whatever. That adds like 10 extra seconds, so it's not too bad. Okay, and now again, and then as our feetsies get past the line, there we go. Boom. But yeah, so as I recall, we currently have like 30 now after getting those two. So we only need to do this 60 more times. We're going to try to do that as quickly as possible for obvious reasons. But like I said, we have 28. So we've still got to do that 71 more times. So that's the game plan. But like I said, this bonfire specifically because there is that bonfire aesthetic that respawns every time you use a bonfire aesthetic here, means that you can kind of just farm this spot infinitely. And I'm not confident in whether your bottomless box transfers new game cycles with you. So, but again, like, if we're doing all this other grinding, it's not the end of the world. That being said, we do need to go back to Majula and fix my ring. Because it's annoying that it broke in the first place because of these douchebag little enemies. But also, yeah, we'll pick off the crystal lizards as needed. But this one specifically, because it gives us a twinkling titanite, is what we're whacking him around for. Almost said whacking him off. Didn't have to say that second part at all. So, for whatever reason, we did aggro him this time. Great. Great. Hey, don't break my crown. Awesome. Awesome. Once again, everyone's favorite enemy, and these sword swipes just decide to go wherever they want, which is just lovely. Jesus. All right. Well, now we're killing 2 enemies. Well, I got the item. Thank you. I don't know how worth it that's going to be in the long run, just because that was already really annoying. So, oh well. All right. Here we go. And we may actually run back to Majula really quick just to fix my ring so I don't have to do it later. Although my thought process is if we do want to keep grinding that one spot, maybe we just take all of our rings off. Because not really worth it. Ooh. You know what? Really quick detour. You know, just as I was getting back into the swing of it, let's take a quick detour. Back to Madular. Because I'm trying to plan, if I'm going to go super bonky mage, what that's going to look like. And like I said, we have to fix our ring anyway. I knew you'd be around, so you should lick my penis. There we go. Okay, what is like a fun... I mean, I guess we already have a +7 broadsword, and it doesn't require a lot of strength. Broadsword might be the move. No, that requires too many levels for me to care. Sun sword's too many. Puzzling stone sword would be cool. I'm trying to think of stuff that I could just like raw infuse. That seems like a lot of decks. I mean, the Royal Dirk would be kind of cool, but the Blooming Greatsword's minimum stats are way too high. I do like the Puzzling Stone Sword is like that light, but I don't want another. I really don't want another Twinkling Titanite weapon to upgrade. The Melu Scimitar actually is. This might be fun to do. The Espada Ropera. I bet that has a fun moveset. Yeah, don't want to do that. The Ice Rapier. No, thank you. I mean, the mace is just the simplest weapon, but, like, we do like the mace. The Handmaid's Ladle. We could just go straight big bonk. Who doesn't love that? It's so much like stats to... Yeah, we'll switch to the Dragon Tooth. Admittedly, I mean... Yeah, and then the Helix Halberd that we have 2 of now. The Grande Lance. What if we just go straight whips? That you need 20 decks to even use. I mean, we could go Bone Fist. Who don't love the Bone Fist? Yeah, but this is what we need to, like, upgrade. Yeah. It's going to be a lot to do that. So we're going to need a lot of souls to do that, is the only thing. Like I said, that is an eventually, not a right now. Okay, this is what we want to finish, like, truly upgrading. And of course, we're like a couple hundred shy of doing the final upgrade on it. But that way this is done, because I think for our purposes, let's see. I mean, obviously we do the, of course, the dumpy dress levels up with Twinklings. Good Lord. All right. Well, let's see. Do we have any other fun little dresses? Because I want one. Well, I mean, we can wear the cat pants if we were really going for it. Like I said, I just don't want to use Twinkling. Like, good Lord. Why does everything upgrade with Twinkling in this game? Even the Dark Mask. Good Lord. Ugh. Not really feeling like cosplaying again after this. I mean, the Hexer's robes doesn't do anything else, right? Yeah, and the Saint stuff doesn't do anything either. The black robe, so we could look like our boy. Get the Chaos robe, which, like, whatever. I mean, we could, if it wasn't frickin' Twinkling, I'd be up for doing the Llewellyn armor just because it looks cool. Drangleic armor's too heavy. Agdane's is way too heavy. Yeah. The flower skirt levels up with regular Titanite. Flower skirt? But we gotta pick a cute top. That's the only problem. These are problems for future Derek to figure out. But, I mean, I guess we could just go with the cutest top. Just saying. Anyway, like I said, that is for later. God, of course, the singer's dress levels up with Twinkling. Good Lord. I love that this has better armor than this. That's hilarious. Does this weigh less? Yes, it weighs 0.1 more, which is interesting because it's just a bra. Anyway, whatever. That aside, like I said, I do want to pick like a specific weapon to upgrade. You know, to be honest, it might just go ahead and be the broadsword, just because, again, it's super straightforward. Okay. If you make it back. Yeah, if you lick my chungus. All right. I don't know, I've been just vibing on the word 31. I don't know, I've just been vibing on the word chungus lately. I don't know. It's hype, I guess. But yeah, like I said, grinding in and out. I mean, I guess I'm not that worried about any of these, and I'd rather not risk them breaking. So, yeah, you know, for the fashion, we aren't doing anything else. But I did burn a bonfire aesthetic here already, right? So we're just trolling along. I mean, I guess there's an easy way to find out. No, he's gone, so I didn't. Okay. Cool. Cool. All right. This bonfire, real angy. Yeah. Okay. But yeah, that's the loop. Like I said, aside from literally right now, we've cosplayed all of New Game Plus as the Mad Warrior, and that's been super fun. But I think our next real, like, the next big silly build we do will probably just be straight sorceries, because, oh, okay. Without the Ring of Blades, we don't one-shot that guy anymore? Interesting. Okay. No, we don't two-shot the lizard. Ugh. Okay, we might need to put back on the Ring of Blades, at least. Okay, there's our Elizabeth mushrooms. This guy decided to attack us, I guess. Good for him. The real question is, were you that guy? We're going to go ahead and kill him so that, you know, we don't have to deal with him following us. And then take out a lizard. Cool. Yep. And then gather our quarry. I guess I'm going to grab this bolt stone too. Like, why not? It's free souls if we end up having to sell stuff to Gavlon. The Gavlon. But yeah, I kind of wanted to get this sorted today. So there's that. Let's hidey he, hidey ho up here. Beep, 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 beep. All right. All right. And then we just need our little feetsies to get past the bridge with the camera all the way up. There we go. Aha. Aha. Cool. We're back on the grind set. God, if I had to go through this area after all of this. Ooh. Again, things like are at max power at this point. Like, they can't get any stronger than this realistically. Because, like, I think the new game cycle stops, like, strengthening past, like, 7 or 8. But I really don't want to go fight all the, like, Guardian Dragon knockoffs. Yeah, we might just... Did I keep the other Ring of Blades? Because we're, like, just barely not hitting him. Yeah, let's put on the baby Ring of Blades so that we at least one-shot that guy. I want to see if I can whip out an attack fast enough to kill him. Ooh, gold pine resin. Wow. You hear the gurgle. There we go. Cleanly two-shot the lizards. And then where did that dude... Did he drop down? Like, where did he come from? Where did he go? Where did he come from? Cotton-eyed Joseph. There we go. And now this crystal lizard, just because I feel like it. Once again, no chunks, all slabs. Like I said, I feel like it would be different if there was like a Frant equivalent in this, so that you could like chunk down. I mean, pun intended, I guess, chunk down. But there isn't. So we shan't. Built to suffer we are. Okay. Alright. Alright, now that we got that a little more planned out. Okay. Shoo-wee. There we go. Pick it up. Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. Odd music reference. Alrighty. The Great Shield of Glory. I need to burn a bonfire aesthetic. I do love that they made like a whole area for you to be like, I don't need this. That kind of sums up Dark Souls 2, really, in my opinion. Like, as long as you know where you're going, the runbacks aren't that bad. It's just, you know, doing it. Well, especially like later, like Aldia's Keep, we were pretty much able to just like run through because like we knew where we were going, we knew how to get there, and we just juked everything, and then we were done. This area is kind of the epitome of that, in my opinion. Oh, get away from me. Well, missed out on the small modicum of souls that he was worth, I suppose. Speaking of small modicum of souls, this crystal lizard, still worth 4 souls. Dude, I've got to be at the limit for Elizabeth mushrooms. Like, soon. Because, like, that's nuts. No, damn it. Alright, whatever. He died. We're done. Crystal lizard with a titanite slab, but no chunk. He upgraded from chunk to slab. Hey, slab! References to other video games that I really like. That I've technically played on the channel. Although I can't remember, does he call you slab like that in Borderlands 1? I think that may only be in Borderlands 2, but I could be wrong. I did play Borderlands 1 more. I technically really only went through Borderlands 2 twice. I played through Borderlands 1 probably 30 times. Like, I love that game. It was genuinely my favorite game for a very long time. And then I got schooled because I never played any of the DLCs. So, however, now that I have access to the DLCs, I still haven't played them, so. Oh well. Alright. The grind will continue until morale improves, not approves. You know what I mean? Morale can't really approve of anything. Morale is a concept. Getting on that hot water game. Whoopsie. I clipped something. Was that the soul of the... Yeah, it was. Okay. Burn. Does this count as burninating? Does this count as a countryside, I guess, is the real question. All right. Okay, dude. Whoop. Raked him. All right. Raked him sounds like somebody who is very southern trying to say the word rectum. Don't know why that was the thought that just came into my brain, but it was. So here we are. Dude, I have got to be running out of space for Elizabeth mushrooms at this point. Nope. He can still take them. We're going to keep taking them. Okay. Like I said, not that this is terribly important, but it just makes me feel good. So, and what else are we put on this earth for? Ooh, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. There's got to be another way. Again, don't want to get sued by Bo Burnham. Yeah, see, I don't want to risk that. Is there a way to safely get this item? Oh, that's a dragon tooth. You little bastards. Ugh. Well, it super wasn't worth it to come over here. Because now that dragon is angry. Like I said, I mean, I guess this is my chance to see if that resets with the new game cycle. But crap. Oh well, we grabbed what we went over there for. Worst case scenario, we're out to like 11K. No big deal. Like I said, we've got to do this like 60 more times, like 65 more times. So, none too worried about it. Shit. I hit it too early. My feetsies weren't past the rope. Ugh. E-dee-dee-bee-bee-bee-dee-beep. Ooh, beep-beep, ba-boop, ba-bee-lee-dee-do. Gotta be careful with that one. That was Disney. All right. Once again, let's see if using the feather and everything resets our... I am genuinely interested to see if resetting this unpisses off that dragon. Also, I didn't need a second dragon tooth, so really shouldn't have risked that. Oh well. But yeah, the more eggs you break, the harder it is to get across the bridge without killing all the dragons, and I'm sure as shit not doing that, so. Here I am. 360 souls. Clean as the day is new. Get out of here. Ooh, gold pine resin. Like I said, we've also hit max item discovery for this area too. Max item discovery as far as like bonfire aestheticing this area. Okay, more Elizabethan mushrooms. Mushrooms. Okay, let's see if the dragon is still angry. Doesn't look like it. Okay, cool. Good. So resetting that does indeed reset the dragon. Awesome. Not worth the risk. Not worth pissing off this dragon. Okay. We'll grab... I genuinely don't care about this bolt stone, but like, if we end up having to do it the way that we need to do it, the bolt stone will technically be helpful. Again, I'm just real paranoid that like the rest of our poppables aren't going to get us there. Why did I sit back at this bonfire? I sat back at this bonfire because I love wasting my own time. As shown by the fact that I'm playing Dark Souls 2 and trying to complete it. When art imitates life, right? I don't even know. It's fine. Alright. Feetsies. Feetsies. There we go. Wee. Nice. Alright. Alright. Well, I'm Curly Jefferson. Ooh. What is done may or may not be able to be undone, actually. Actually, as shown by our exploits, everything, whenever you go to the next new game cycle, just goes up a new game cycle. Wherever you were set with previous, that's the new game cycle you're playing on for the thing. It's like, oh, great. Because that means the bonfire we're going to have to run through to get to Drangleic Castle's going to be, 2 levels harder than it should be? Because I had to bonfire certificate twice while I was trying to find sunlight metals. So, there's that. Okay, yeah, and as long as this dragon's not angry, I'll come up here. There we go. Take him out so he doesn't break our shit. Kill this lizard. Grab this Dark Knight stone. Again, solid film. Do you want to hear my favorite joke I've ever come up with? What's the difference between a robot made of scrap metal and a baby that was conceived during a one-night stand? They're both made of nuts and bolts. It's a real 3 a.m.y joke, but man, I don't know. Every time I think about that joke, it makes me laugh. And I'm like, it's clever the way you put those words together. Proud of you, bud. That's definitely the best, like, ask a question, deliver punchline joke I've ever come up with. So, there's that for you. I'm not going to do the hack. You could use that one thing. It's mine. Copyright. Or whatever. I don't know if you can even copyright jokes. Like, I think you can copyright, like, concepts and, like, the ideas based on joke, but, like, I mean, even, like, as, like, a fan of stand-up comedy and everything, you hear jokes about similar kind of things all the time. So, like, the concept behind jokes isn't even necessarily, like, copyrightable. Like, the exact phrasing and everything might be more copyrightable, actually. Come to think of it. than like the concept. Like if somebody walked out and just ripped off Carrot Top, I think you would have like all of his like prop comedy bits. I feel like that might be slightly more easy to get away with than it would be to like get away with just like completely replicating his like punchline and like comedy like wording. Carrot Top was just the first prop comic that came to mind. I don't know. There we go. Nope. Dark Nightstone. Brave Warrior. Come over here. Boltstone. And we're out. Okay. Admittedly, things I probably should have been checking on to begin with when I first started doing these loops. But what are you gonna do? It's fine. Alright. Pizzi's over the line. There we go. Soul of a Great Hero. Excellent. Another. Like I said, I've got to be getting close with the Elizabeth mushrooms, right? 85. Okay, so I am actually pretty close. Let's see, and we have 36 Souls of a Great Hero and 11 Souls of a Brave Warrior. So, we're getting somewhere. I don't know if it counts as progress. We're more than a third of the way done now. Ooh-wee. Alright. What is done cannot be undone. Yeah. Keep telling yourself that. Like, I'll start a new game. I don't care. There we go. I do feel like if you got the platinum in any of these games, you should be able to like set your new game cycle when you start a character. So that for like challenge running purposes and stuff like that, you could just set yourself to New Game +7 automatically and be like, I beat this game with only the Handmaid's Ladle on New Game +7 without having to grind at starting at 0 stats and blah, blah, blah. I feel like that would be really conducive. I don't know. Little things like that I feel like would be a fun, like, nice upgrade. But, you know, that's super niche. For like, even for like people who like want that kind of thing, that's pretty niche. Okay. Grab the slab. Return the slab. Okay. Back to the bonfire. The bonfire. The bonfire. I don't know what I'm doing either. Oh, I'm tired. My brain hurts. I kind of just want to go to sleep. But, you know. I've got shit to do. Ooh, that one might have been our best one yet. You know, in the variance of doing this. Good Lord. A well-forged longsword of unknown origin. Oh, I know the origin. How dare you forget Solaire, Dark Souls 2? Alright. Yes. What is done cannot be undone. We're very proud of you. Let's go. Honestly, just burning the bonfire aesthetics is like the most tedious part of this. Good Lord. Like I said, this is a lot more palatable than grinding for the sunlight metals. Like, are there some like kind of annoying pinch points? Sure. At least it's more like skill based. Like, I know what I'm gonna get every run, and so it's not RNG in that sense. The only RNG is just, you know, the like complete luck of like how I come at certain angles, and so it's pretty much all the RNG of this is mitigated by like my skill. And so, like, no, bad. Okay. So, like, this is a lot more digestible than the last grind I did in this game. So, ooh. Okay. Pick up the Soul of a Brave Warrior. Because once again, I mean, the thought is if I have, 80 of those and they're like, 5K each, that's a lot. I'm not, like, it's like 400 something. It's like 400K, something like that. So, like, that's like another chunk of that 3 million. And like I said, the less we actually have to play in New Game Plus Plus, the better. All right. Plus, it means every time we find a Soul of a Great Hero in the future, we can just pop it and enjoy the 20K. That we so desperately need. All right. Next one. Am I crazy for streaming this, to be honest? I feel like most people would have just been like, I'll do it off stream in my free time. Bro, I don't have free time. Like, admittedly right now, if I'm playing video games, it's for stream. So, like, I just figured I'd bring y'all along. Like I said, the entire impetus of this channel was to just record me playing video games because I talk to myself all the time. Oh, did I already get... No. Did I? I don't know. We'll check whenever we get back to the bonfire. It's fine. I'm starting to lose it. Ooh-wee. Okay, if I have 25 ascetics, that means I did go the other way and got the other ascetic. If I don't, that means I need to go do that before we push this cycle forward. Nope, I didn't. Okay, cool. I just went ahead and got the Soul of a Great Warrior. Or the Soul of a Great Hero. And that's good. So, whatever. Take out our buddy. Hey, buddy. Bye, buddy. It's been a real hoot hanging out with you every time, man. And like I said, this isn't terribly necessary, but like, man, 1,400 souls is a lot. Grab this, pull out, over here, get our twinks, and our other stuff to potentially sell at Gavlon. Yep. Pick up the Elizabeth mushrooms, just because, God, if I could get 99 Elizabeth mushrooms in Dark Souls 1, I'd feel invincible. Kill that guy. I love that even the game was like, what if we have you... I'm not chasing him. I don't care that much. Okay. Pick up the Soul of a Brave Warrior. Pick up a Bolt Stone. Bale. Leia's dad. Bail Organa. Am I remembering my Star Wars lore correctly about that? Now we will burn a bonfire ascetic. Ooh, that guy looked like a Viking. Watch me beat Dark Souls 2 as a Viking. I've heard worse gameplay ideas. Because, like, again, if you're not doing, a completion run or like an all boss, I guess you'd probably want to do all bosses, but like, hey, this is technically the first time I've done all bosses in this game. So, was the run that I have now recorded for posterity. So that's kind of cool. Come to think of it. Hey, another dark pine resin this time. Well, all those pine resins we've used. All right. Get out of here, crystal lizard. Yep. Elizabeth. Okay. This jerk. There we go. Like I said, this is more about convenience than anything. Like, it's more of a we might as well while we're here kind of thing. Don't feel like pissing off a dragon. There we go. Finish the animation of picking up a thing. Yep. Okay. And we're back from outer space. Had that sad look upon our face. Something about surviving, I don't know. I forgot. Dark Souls 2 made me forget pop music from the 70s. That's what Dark Souls 2 has taken from me. Lyrics to disco songs. Alrighty. Here we are again. But like I said, I mean, honestly, the biggest shock of all of this, I mean, don't get me wrong, the DLCs are the peak Dark Souls 2 content. I totally believe that now. But the biggest surprise is like just how many bonfire aesthetics the Chasms of Dark hand out. Like, good lord. Why do I have 25 bonfire aesthetics just ready to go? And that's after using several. Like, good lord. I don't even care anymore. Don't get me wrong, 1,400 souls is a lot, but like, man, whatever. If you're going to solve your own problems, you know, why bother you? My inventory's finally full. 97, that just feels bad. I think we use one just so that we can have 99. Really flex on the haters. Cool. I think we will still probably come up here and kill this crystal lizard, though, because I want that twinkling titanite. I need it. I don't need it, but you know what I mean. There we go. Gold pine resin. There we go. Actually stop running so that we don't running attack this lizard. There we go. Cool. And just in case we need to talk to Godlon. Bone out. Beep, beep. Okay. Alrighty. Like, my brain was just like, God, I wish I had, like, infinite bonfire aesthetics. Like, what if I just item duped bonfire aesthetics? It's like, what? If you're going to do that, why wouldn't you just item dupe the soul of a great hero? Also, the whole point of this is to do it without glitches. So, like, to show you what it means to, like, do this somewhat legitimately. Don't get me wrong, we've done some cheese, but, like, we haven't, like, glitched, really. We haven't done anything. We haven't parry walked. We haven't done anything too insane. God, I haven't even bino boosted, mostly because I don't know how, but like, we've done very little in the ways of glitching this game, so as much as it would be fun to like infinite cast Forbidden Sun and all. Thank you, buddy. Your 360 souls will go into my collection. Very well. All right, 1,400 that time. Did remember. All right. Get out of here. Come kill this crystal lizard because it has twinklings. Sweet. Confirm that I can no longer pick up the Elizabeth mushrooms. Ah. Hey, you know, it's progress. We're definitely more than a third of the way done now. So that's how my brain is choosing to see it. No, no. Thank you. Take out this lizard. This lizard or that lizard? I mean, that's a lizard I don't want to annoy, so. But yeah, so my thought is to give minimum stats to the broadsword and then raw infusion so that I can just barely carry it and then dump literally the rest into intelligence. Because, like, I'll want to hold on to the vessel shield. Oh, God, the vessel shield has so many requirements. Never mind. I guess it doesn't matter. I don't have to actually meet the stats for the vessel shield to matter. Good lord. Was that for the bonfire aesthetic? I think so. I got distracted. But like I said, we're going to do very minimal stuff in 2 or in New Game Plus Plus. So, ooh, that might have been too far. Ooh, it wasn't. Sweet. Bye. Fucking bye. Adios, mate. All right, out of an abundance of paranoia, let's go back to my jeweler really quick. Also, I need to take like a second. My brain is very fried. But the armor of Aros. From the land of Jugo. I knew you'd be around. Yeah, I knew you'd be sitting there like a dank. Alright. Where the hell is the crown? I don't care about any of this. There it is. Cool. Crown's fully upgraded. How many? Well, I have 36 twinks. Okay. Well, either way, I think we want to do this just because it's funny. It takes chunks to upgrade clothes more. Here, let's do this first so that I don't 100% bone myself. Let's see, and then I need to upgrade this staff all the way. There we go. Okay. I think that's everything that I specifically need. Katha's chime is the best for dark stuff. Dragon chime is the best for lightning, which is cool. Don't get me wrong. If we were going to do like a switch up build, but I just want to dump everything into, I just want to dump literally everything into, intelligence when I'm done. Because that sounds like more fun to me. Ooh, actually, I should probably level this up just because if I'm using it, we might as well. It doesn't do anything to level it all the way up, but it makes me feel special. There we go. That way my whole current drip is like max level. Hey, Chloe. You do only have one thing to provide. We both know what that is. Jesus. Twinkling Titanites. We're going to buy literally one chunk from you.
Visit me again, whenever you please.
Yes, ma'am. I don't know what she's actually working on, but it seems important. 44. So that means we've got 42 Souls of a Great Hero on us now. We're almost halfway. Right? What am I doing? What am I doing? There we go. 42. Answer to everything. All right. Pop this bonfire aesthetic. Get a run on us. Well, in almost an hour of stream, we've, what? Done this loop 19 times? This might push on to a third day, and I'm not super stoked about it. It's just because I'm not doing the 3-hour streams anymore. Like, if I was doing the 3-hour stream, we probably could have knocked this out in like a stream or two. But because I'm doing these shorter streams, it doesn't work that way anymore. Cool. We don't have to run all the way in here anymore. Just grabbing the twinkling and leaving. Like I said, if I could convert slabs to chunks, I would. This guy. Goodbye. Once again, more of a might as well situation. I was about to say, seriously? Good lord. Dark Night Stone. I've decided I don't care about that bolt stone anymore. Pure and simple. It's one less thing. Okay. Let's go get the main event. Okay. Get our feetsies past the rope. Drop. There we go. Sweet. Pick it up. And we're back. But yeah, this is the level of preparation I'm willing to do to make New Game Plus Plus take 10 minutes. So. All right. I was about to say, if you want free souls, come invade me here currently. There we go. Indeedly doodly. Deedly hoodly. Yeah, if you happen to have a character that's around my soul memory on Dark Souls 2 and you're at the Dragon area and you want to come get me, you can. Ugh. Did I bonfire aesthetic and then just immediately come over here? I can't remember. Yes. Okay. Cool. Yep. We need to go do our little run over here. Mm-hmm. This guy. Thank you for your patronage. Doobie doo beep. Doobie doo. Scooty doody doo doo bee doo. Alright. Once again, same loop. I'm out of. We're not gonna get it. If he doesn't cooperate, cool. He cooperated. Sweet. Alright. Alright. Let's go. Finish him off. I'm trying to decide if I even care about this crystal lizard anymore. Like, man, my Titanite slab collection's getting wild. Dark Knight's down. Yep. Because I'm trying to think, how many Twinkling Titanites does it take to actually level something up all the way? Because if we end up with enough, I'll just level up the pretty princess dress, and that'll be fine. Okay, so now we can burn the aesthetic and move forward with our lives. What is done cannot be undone. Thank you. Alrighty. Never realized how much I say alrighty until I started listening to my own streams back, so I could kind of like catch little ticks that I want to try to avoid. I say the words alrighty a lot, especially when I am playing games. Maybe slightly less in like my day-to-day life, but it is a consistent wumbacism, which does sound like a Tool album. Grab that. Run down here. Backing around. Mm-hmm. Piss off this guy. Say goodbye to him. Yep. I don't care anymore. I just want this to be over with. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I feel like you really hit like a peak at some point with grinding in video games in general, like not just this, but where you're like, you know, if I keep going, I might quite literally pull my hair out. And then you push through and you keep going, you don't pull your hair out, which is lovely. And then you kind of come out the other side and you're like, I've only got like 20 left. Let's just do this. And then you just kind of get this weird determination about it. And then you get excited because it's almost over. So we're in the I will literally pull my hair out part of the loop. Okay. Yep. What is done cannot be undone. Cannot run no done done. America run no done done. Eep, oop, 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 oop. Hey, just think, when I inevitably turn this into some kind of video, these 2 or 3 streams will be like 30 seconds of the video. So that's hype. Hiya. There we go. My bag is full of Elizabeth mushrooms. I got too many shrooms, my guy. I need to hit up Coachella and load these off. Gavlon's at Coachella, like, hey man. Yep, that's on me for being dumb. There we go. Oh, because I was like, oh, let's get this crystal wizard this time. You damaged my crown. Ah, whatever. Cool. Sweet. Ah, bah, bah, bah. Ah, bah, bah, bah. Ah, bah, bah, bah. Yep. Anyway. Till hope is fully withered. Well, it's kind of withered at the moment. Okay. The Vanquisher Seal. The Vanquisher Seal, the one that ups all your, like, punches? Is it even worth it? 46. We're quickly approaching the halfway point. It's only taken us, like, 2 hours. Like, 2 hours! I don't know if I gave enough clues to know what I'm referencing there, but if you know, you know. That movie had a fucking ripping soundtrack. Alright. Thank you, dude. Your 360 souls will do something. You could buy me 6 arrows and a life gem. Once again, I'm specifically interested in your twinkling titanite, little lizard man. You had to get right up next to the thing I couldn't pick up, right? Alright. So I've heard, like, no bonfire runs of this. Like, the worst part is because there's not a whole lot you can do about your durability. Like, that's the worst part. And I'm like, oh god, that would be especially like going through here where you're just like, oh god. With all the exploding enemies. I mean, I guess if you're doing that kind of thing, you're not even going through here. You're just bailing. Honestly, I feel like if I was doing a no bonfire, no death, like, run, like, I guess, I'm trying to think of how you would get 1,000,000 souls as quickly as possible. But, like, I don't even think I would try to beat all the lords just because. Well, because if you can't reset the enemies, I don't think you can. How do you grind for souls? There's not, like, I mean, there are spaces that have infinite respawn for enemies, but, like, they're later on. Also, that would be super tedious. Like, good lord. I think you kind of have to. That sucks. Oof. Like I said, I don't think I'm ever going to worry about it. Those are not rings I'm worried about. That is a level of frustration I'm not super willing to get at with this game specifically. Like, I still like this game. So I prefer not to ruin it for myself. And this already got kind of close. Press Alt-Z to open the NVIDIA overlay. No. That would require me to give a shit about whatever overlay you have, my guy. Alright. This dude. Caught unawares. Crystal lizard. Grab this because it's convenient, not because we need it. And then bail. Ah! A new phrase to ban. Cool. Do it again. Boost flex. Get the fuck out of here. Wee. Okay. Well, that was a quick one. He said, if you really just zone in, it's like, all right. I am Zen. I am enlightened. Come to the liquid waste side of town and live in conditions like this. I don't know if that was faster, but I really just wanted to switch it up. I've been doing the same thing for a minute. And God knows I love an R2. Like, who doesn't? He's an adorable robot. No. Bad. Son of a bitch. You son of a bitch. What is that dude's name? Arnold Schwarzenegger says like that. Like the character, obviously. I mean, it's Carl Weathers, right? Like, but didn't Carl Weathers pass away somewhat recently? Sad about that. Never gonna get to meet him and say we got a stew going. If Carl Weathers is still alive, never mind. But if you are if you have passed, I wanted to say we got a stew going because I feel like that's a reference you don't get enough. That was that. Now we go up here. Scoot doo 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 dee 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 da 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 da. There we go. See, like, that's the bad part, man. I just zone out, and then I'm like, what are we doing? Oh, yeah. Now we're several more forward, and I don't remember what we were doing. Okay. We almost broke 50. So this is our halfway point. Halfway. Yes, thank you. What is done cannot be undone. I appreciate that very much. We're only walking around with, like, you know, a million souls and poppables on us. It's fine. Okay, I do feel like the R2 is a little bit faster. Like, at this point, we're just optimizing for my sanity. There we go. At least killing that guy is actually totally unnecessary. I'm doing it strictly for the flex. And also, I mean, we do need some souls just to make upgrades and do the shit we want to do. But one way or another, like, what we have 3 more bosses between us and the end of this game. And like I said, I've set it up so that New Game Plus Plus goes super fast. So actually, come to think of it, because we picked up that second Dragon Tooth, I don't even think you can power stance 2 Dragon Tooths because you have to have double the skill requirements, right? Like, and something that's 50, you literally can't power stance it at that point, right? Right? Am I losing my mind? Could be wrong, but Maybe the game just like, it's 49 or it's 100. Oh, whoops. Okay. Well, all right. Now we do have to deal with another one of these douche nozzles. There we go. He explodes. We're all very proud of him. Hey, the Forlorn. Bye. Cool. Do I actually have to fight you, Forlorn? Really? I really don't want to, like, take myself out here. Great. This was a real waste of time. Lost connection to Steam, switching to offline mode. Oh no. Actually, that's kind of lovely. Hey, Forlorn. I don't even know where you are, my guy. But if you could, like, hurry, that'd be cool. Oh, there he is. I wonder. Will he just eventually, like, piss off? Or does he, like, stay up there and stay angry? Let's see. Because I see him. Forlorn. Hello. I really don't want to die with like 27k on me. But if you're going to be an idiot. Hit him with the shimmy. I mean, I guess realistically. Man, I'm really just wasting arrows at this point, huh? Fine, video game. I'll come back. Did I even grab the twinkling tie-dye that was there? Oof. That'd be one hell of a kick in the pants. Whatever. That's fine. Okay. I did it again. I hit the wrong thing. Oh well. Really? Really, Dark Souls 2? There we go. Thank you. You're gonna do me like that, Dark Souls 2. After I've sung your praises. Alright, if the Forlorn's gonna invade me, let him invade me. But if not, fuck off, please. There we go. Yep. E. Glorious. Alright, well, I guess. Like, sure, man. Good to know there's a Forlorn invasion waiting for me over there. Randomly. Alright. Let's not screw this up this time. Ooh-wee. There we go. Because God knows I don't want to deal with that again. Well, what a fun way to ring in our halfway point, I guess. My God. All right. You wanted to change it up. That was a way to do it. All right. Okay. Yep. I just said the R2 is faster. Why am I doing this? And also, using the R2, you don't risk it not hitting the sweet spot and it only doing half damage. Dark Pine Resin. Bonfire Aesthetic. Roll out of that dude's way. Kill the lizard. Get the item. Bail. Do I even care about you, man? Yeah, I don't think I do. I think you only aggro if I go for the lizard, which is weird. Okay. Well, we should be able to get through 5 or 6 more cycles before 7, when I will peace out. Ooh-wee. I'm real frustrated with myself right now. Again, we might as well go get the twink. Get away from me. Forlorn. No. Okay, good. Like, leave me alone, my guy. Whee! Right? Yeah, I'm starting to real fade here. My brain is tired. The flesh is willing, but the brain is spongy and weak. Ugh, man. Okay. Ironically, after we finish this grinding, probably going to take a day off from playing Dark Souls 2. Of absolute course. Because we need to play something else for a minute once this is over. Why is our 50-second one being the worst? Like I said, at least we proved that it doesn't consider that rope to be solid ground. Thankfully. Okay. Beatsy's over. Thank you. Okay. I gotta keep it interesting for myself somehow, right? In the mind-numbing monotony of Dark Souls 2. Honestly, like I said, if you're playing this game normally just to have fun, I think it's actually super fun. It is a really interesting Souls game. It would be the best Souls-like if it wasn't a Dark Souls game, for sure. But, good lord. Trying to complete it has been a real pain in the ass. In a couple ways, admittedly. Like I said, actually getting through New Game Plus and New Game Plus Plus, I don't think it's going to be that bad. It's the grinding. And admittedly, again, a part of me knows that I'm doing this kind of pointlessly. Like, I could just go beat bosses in New Game Plus Plus. But, like, man, I think it would be really satisfying to just be like, here we are, goodbye. I don't know, I felt like killing that guy that time. Whatever. Don't care. Grab you because it's convenient. Pick up the Soul of Brave Warrior that we actually came up here for, and bail. Ooh-wee. You know, the benefits of disconnecting from online, there's no more comment at the bottom of that ladder. I don't know if I already said that. I might be losing it at this point, but I'm happy about it. Get the little tootsies passed. There we go. Soul of a Great Warrior. Excellent. Okay. I didn't realize the Drangleic shield was Captain Drummond's shield. Interesting. Because we do get to meet him. It's just weird. Alright. Yep. What is done cannot be undone. America run, no undone. I know I've made that joke before at this point. So, we're really killing it. Does this count as brain rot? Beep, beep, beep. Beep, beep, beep. My alarm's going off in the waking world. In my dreams, I am a really underachieving streamer. There we go. In the waking world, I am a manager of a McDonald's. Oh, God. Like that scene from Bob's Burgers where he, like, has a corporate job. And he wakes up, like, screaming. My wife. Abby's been rewatching through Bob's Burgers. Like, I feel like I've seen the first 3 seasons of that show 40,000 times. And then I just kind of peeled off of it and stopped watching it. And now there's like 9 seasons and I don't care enough to rewatch the first few to get into the stuff I've missed. It's one of those, like, oh, God. It's kind of how I am with Rick and Morty, too. But Rick and Morty I stopped watching for other reasons. Okay. Ooh-wee. Nice. Nice. You know, for the past week, I've been playing this fun game with myself of, am I getting a sinus infection or do I actually have a cavity? Because I have that fun kind of sinus pressure where it pushes down on my, like, nerves and my teeth. Joy of joys. I mean, we are edging up on the end of spring, so, like, it's not uncharacteristic of me to get a sinus infection around this time of year. But I had sinus surgery, and I was hoping that I'd be able to avoid that. But it's also possible that I do just straight up have it. I don't brush my teeth as much as I should. You know, I do just straight up have a cavity. Super possible. Like, And am I going to justify not going to the dentist because I have I have my last follow-up with my surgeon from my sinus surgery? You bet your ass. Mokily bokily. Goodbye. Adios. Grabbing you because convenient, not that I need you. Okay. Where am I going? There we go. All right, you know what? To cap off, we're going to get this last one in bonfire aesthetic for our sake. And then I think we'll take a brief detour and do the couple little errands I want to run in the game before we press on. Ooh-wee. Ooh-wee. There we go. Why did I think that was how that worked? Tried to use the stick to click over, and like that has never been how that works. Okay. Burn a bonfire, etc. Okay. Yes, what is done cannot be undone. This is like bonfire intensity 50 something, my guy. I want to go to McDuff's workshop because we have some infusions we need to do. Weirdly. The sun seal. The seal of the sun. The sun in which the seal is. The sun seal? Out to fetch a new ember. Flare. Here we go. Okay. Broadsword. Raw. There we go. Because like I said, I intend to have minimum stats for this. And then... Nope, this one. Magic infusion. There we go. Okay. For the memes, lightning infusion, the dragon chime. So that I feel pretty. Was that enough for you to give me a thing? No. Okay, that's fine. Okay, dude. You know what? The only reason we came here was to talk to you, so it's fine. Yeah, because I've upgraded that as much as I can. Okay, and so are we going to commit to the pretty princess dress? I think we will. We're just going to get fully dripped out. It's fine. Oh, it's less. Okay, well, that's actually great news. Cool. Sure, let's do the Black Witch Veil, too. Why not? Cool. That actually ended up being a lot less annoying than I thought it was going to be. Lovely. That's what you want to hear, right? I mean, we literally used all of our twinkling, but... Yeah, Flame Dear Flame. We're all very proud of you. Here's a, like, awkward sneak peek, I guess, of our drip. We're back to the dress, baby. Except now we got the crown. Ooh, yeah. Okay. And then, like I said, we do have some stuff that we can drop off to the crows, so why not? Let's go have a little crow party. Because I don't think we did last time, so when in doubt, we talk to crows. Ooh-wee. Oh, honey. Yes, you. Give us Silky. Only got the one for you today, but, you know, unless we picked up some prism stones. No, okay, good. Cool, good. The Channeler's Trident. Look at that. I don't want to. Hey, Turtles, how's it going? I'm about to say you came in right at the end. You missed all the joy of grinding for an annoying amount of souls. Here, I'll show you the loop that we've been doing for the last hour and a half. You may notice something a little weird. This is bonfire intensity 57. But yeah, actually I just used the... So you run through here in the dragon area. Yeah, 57. Once you get to here... Kill this dude. He's actually worth, like, not nothing, but, you know, not wildly important. Take out this guy. Again, mostly for the souls. He also drops, like, resins, but whatever. And then the reason why we could just keep looping this is because there's a bonfire aesthetic here. I've been running up here to grab Twinkling Titanite more than anything. Although admittedly, I think we just used our last Twinkling Titanite, but I've kind of already got the armor and build for like New Game Plus Plus done and planned out, so it's fine. And then we run over here, grab this Soul of a Brave Warrior, and then use the feather to go back to the bonfire. So because we picked up that bonfire aesthetic, we can continually, every time you reset this area, that bonfire aesthetic reappears. Then the actual like thing we are grinding for is up here on this zip line, and then you wait for your little feetsies to get past that, drop, and it's on this ledge. And that is the Soul of a Great Hero. The Soul of a Great Hero pops for 20k. So if you have 99 of them, that's 20k shy of 2 million souls. In order to take the shortcut to Drangleic Castle in New Game Plus Plus, you have to have accrued 3 million souls in that game cycle. So that gets us 2/3 of the way there, and we don't have to grind that much in New Game Plus Plus. But now that we're here, we pop a bonfire aesthetic and then run it back. So what is done cannot be undone. Now this area is bonfire intensity 58. And do it all again. Yeah, right? Like, you know, let's just make it 1 million. How many times? What if people come back here later and like, you know, things are worth more souls now? Well, make it 2 million. Why not? Well, does that mean we're going to double the amount of souls you get for like everything between New Game Plus cycles? Nah. Why would we do that? Yeah, it's real odd. But yeah, honestly, like coming up here is kind of not super necessary, but it's just funny that it like resets the crystal lizards, because like this crystal lizard, this one specifically, gives you a Titanite shard, a large Titanite shard, and a slab every time. There's just like a random dark stone here, and this dragon is eepy and won't get mad at you, so we run over here and pick up this poppable so that we can get, you know, another like 300,000-400,000 or whatever. And then, like I said, my plan is to go talk to Gavlan in No Man's Wharf when we get done here. And New Game Plus Plus. Sell literally everything except for the stuff we've, you know, have sentimental value attached to it. And then bail. Uh-oh. Whoa. Dang it. So that's the fail case for this, is that if you hit the button a little too early, what I need to do is take this dress off, because I was doing it by sight based on where your feet hang, and you can't see your feet when you're wearing this dress. Yeah, we're back with the gravity. Oh yeah. I, of course, chose to grind an item where gravity deaths are just kind of inherent. Okay. So again, look at the little feetsies. They're now past that. Dang it. Okay. See, now that the pressure's on them, I'm whiffing. Honestly, the most tedious part about this is just the loading screens and then how long it takes it to tell you that what is done cannot be undone. And I've, of course, very cleverly made what is done cannot America run no done joke many times. So, but yeah, this is where I've been at. Like I said, we've got a real cheeky 56 of them already. So, you know, we only got 43 more times we have to do this. It's fine. I'm not going to go absolutely bonkers doing this. It's fine. I do have a really sick Elizabeth mushroom collection now. And my Titanite slab collection's getting pretty big. Yeah, 89 large Titanite shards. But yeah, so that's been a hoot. I have 46 pale stones. That's a number. But yeah, like I said, you caught us on the tail end. I've actually got to end stream, but appreciate you stopping in, if only to see the absolute abject I'm losing my mind moment of playing this game at this point in an effort to complete it. But yeah, like I said, this week I think Friday is going to be the day I miss. So Wednesdays and Thursday, come hang out with me around like 5:30 to 7, just because I've got stuff going on in the evening. It won't always be like that, but 7's kind of my heart out right now. But yeah, you know, I'm not always playing Dark Souls 2, as mentioned. I mean, as you saw last week, I did play a little bit of Balatro. Once I'm done with this grind, I'm definitely going to play at least a day of Balatro, because I'm going to need to flush my brain of this game for a little bit. But yeah, I'm real fried. But like I said, yeah, there are other games, believe it or not. Not as many with Precarious Chains, though, and that is the huge bummer. Again, people just aren't out here trying to go for the Game of the Year award, and that's a bummer. They should really be striving to make perfection. But yeah, check my socials. Like I said, Watch Me Be Bad on Twitter and Bluesky, Watch Me Be Bad at Stuff on Instagram. I made sure to actually post a meme today on Instagram that I was going live. But like I said, I try to make little goofy memes. Sometimes I get stuck at work a little late, so I don't get the chance to do that, and I just retweet. But you know, that works. And then, you know, if you're watching this on YouTube, leave me a like. Let me know what you think. Let me know if I am truly just torturing myself for no reason. Love the feedback. But yeah, like I said, unfortunately, that is going to do it for tonight. I have been Wumbus. Watch me be bad at stuff. We'll have a good night, everybody. Thanks a million for being here. Thanks a million for watching. Hit him with the righty ho. Actually, hit him with the actually have access to my camera. There we go. Let's see if this righty ho pushes me off the ledge. Almost. Let's not die, huh? See you, turtles. One more time. That way I you know. There we go. Now I feel special. Bye, everybody.